Good evening. I'd like to give you my thoughts on Agatha all along. I think it was a terrible show. It wasn't really creative at all, had a lot of potential, but no execution. I see a lot of nonsense online right now saying that it was a good show. I don't know what y'all are smoking, but I'm not smoking that. It wasn't a good show. Uncle T did not like it at all. I think it had promise, but again, it didn't deliver. It went around this big round circle, round and round and round and round. Where they stopped, nobody knows. Uh, and it's got nothing to do with what you might think it would do with. It just the story wasn't good. It had a lot of potential, man. Poor execution. And I think that's why Marvel took a long time putting this out. It couldn't deliver on what it needed to because it was a lot. It was a jumble story. It should have been a Halloween story, but it didn't feel very Halloweeny. Pause. But I mean, I didn't like it. You may have liked it, but I didn't. I felt like we didn't get the story that was possible. Um, I wish they don't bring this back for a season two. It's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. What this means in the grand scheme of the MCU, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they wanted us to do with this. It didn't even, this came out the day the final season finale came out the day before Halloween. It wasn't good when they jumbled them up at the end, saying, "Oh, here we go." They're just throwing stuff up against the wall to see what sticks. I don't know what Wiccan was supposed to do. I don't know what Agatha was supposed to do. It's a boring character. Every time they had a taste of something that could have been very interesting, this is a spoiler, where she went back in the days of Salem and then coming back and forth for a child. Those are interesting stories because I know nothing about Agatha. I just know that the show wasn't that good. And you had this teaser about Wanda Maximoff that you never really got. You got Billy, her child Wiccan, as kind of of an extension of Maximoff, but you really didn't get Wanda. You didn't get Wanda Vision. You didn't get Vision being a part. It was just a very low budgeted spectacle. You had Death there, Aubrey, whatever her name, is, Aubrey Plaza that you guys like. I don't like her. She's okay. She's super mid, dude. She's super, and I've got a new name for the girl. You think that her name is Midney Sweeney. Okay, it's Midney. Midney Sweeney. Uh Take it from your uncle, man. I am telling you, as a former leading authority on this show was whack, dude. Whack. Listen to me now, believe me later. I'm not gonna steer you wrong on this, man. This was an L, dude. BTQ, whatever letters. It wasn't hitting what it needed to hit, man. And I think that there's a learning process in me as a as somebody who watches these things. I think I'm impatient with what the product is because I have an expectation of what Marvel can do. They tell really good stories, man, especially when they get it right, man. This character, Agatha, could have been just, man, she if you're going to be sinister all the way. But instead you got teases of it and you really didn't know what was going on. They teased you, man. And I think it's not necessary to do that unless you're going to do more seasons of her. And even if you do, you have to have a climactic ending. There was no climax in this show. There was no like, oh my God, I wonder what's next. Nothing, man. You might have had that in one or two of the episodes, but it's so forgettable. I don't remember, and it gives me concern about Daredevil coming up. And you know how I feel about Ironheart. Iron Braids. Look, I didn't like this show. I wish Disney would have put their heart and soul in this, man. Really would have been better suited to give this towards one of the cartoon writers for like Adventure Time or regular show. It would have been great, man. But they didn't do that. It's really disappointing, man. Almost as disappointing as what I saw Loki season two, man. It had a lot of potential there, man. You just tuned out, man. I don't know why they do that, man. They give us that Matrix endings, man. Like, hey, you've been here before, but you're not gonna win. But those are my thoughts about Agatha. I didn't think it was a good show, man. Hopefully, if it gets to season two, they do more with it, man. As Disney learns in this experiment wagon they got called Disney Plus, man, they'll get their They'll get their material better, man, and they'll plan it out better. And if you don't want to associate with the MCU, don't let it associate with the MCU. But you got to bring more fire to them. And the audience is more educated, and you're going to need to figure out who you're trying to center this towards, right? Are you trying to get this towards everybody, or just the comic book guys, or the cosplay guys? You got to do better, man. This is one of the most disappointing uh, things that I actually looked forward to. I wanted to see this to see, oh, what they were going to do, and they didn't do well with this, man. It's sort of like Moon Knight. I didn't like Moonlight at all. Moon Knight wasn't good, and I'll be honest with you, man. My guilty pleasure, man. I kind of like Miss Marvel, man. At least it was culturally different, man. You know what I mean? You could see the potential build up for it, man. But this one was not their best, man. This is on the ground floor, man, with Secret Wars and Moon Knight and Hawkeye. This was like mid, dude. But I'm sure you guys are both from Midney Sweeney and Audrey Plaza, whatever. They're mid. Uh, like and subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments.